All right, guys, second video of the day. Wanted to bust out a couple of things here, and I know one of these videos is pretty important, and that's this one we've got going for you right now. The format for the Knoxville 410 Nationals here in 2024. The format has been relatively the same here for the last couple of years, and it's getting more and more, I guess, controversial on the fact of the 8-car invert in the heat races due to, basically everybody in sprint car racing now has basically the same stuff, right? Like, David Gravel has really good equipment, but somebody that's in the field that is not named David Gravel, maybe a name you never even heard of, can go out and buy the exact same equipment and, in a heat race, hang on for 8 or 10 laps and maintain their position. And that's kind of something that's been talked about a lot here over the last couple of years, is the invert in the heat races. So, but they haven't changed anything yet, and they're not going to, I would think, for a while. So the 360 Nationals, the only difference between that and what we're seeing here with this board is the 8-car invert in the heat compared to 6 in the 360 Nationals. So, before we get into it, I wanted to mention the key down here. If you've never seen one of these videos, we've done these format videos a couple of times for the Kings Royal, the Dirt Cup at Skagit, a couple of other races along the way as well. And here's the key down here. So the blue writing are the prelim nights for Wednesday and Thursday. So this coming Wednesday and Thursday, the blue writing you see are the format that you're going to see on the racetrack. Now on the red writing, that is Hard Knocks night, which is Friday night coming up here in about 5 days from now. And then green is the Saturday night finale for the whole shebang, 190 grand to win. Want to give a shout out real quick to my girlfriend for writing this board. Because her handwriting is way better than mine, and if I tried to write all this on one board, it would not work, and you guys wouldn't be able to read it. So thanks to her. Now let's jump into it. So for the first 2 nights of the Nationals, Wednesday and Thursday, there's going to be qualifying, and this is another thing that's a little bit controversial, and that is that there is only one flight of qualifying. So all 54, 55, 56 drivers that are racing on that given night, obviously the field is split in 2. There are 109 or 110 drivers. Half of them will go on Wednesday, half go on Thursday, and they will qualify all against each other. They're not split into 2 flights like we see on an outlaw race or a high limit race. So one flight of qualifying. The driver that goes quick time will get 200 points. Behind him, it's 2 points per position after that. So second gets 198, third 196, fourth 194, fifth 192, so on and so forth all the way down the line. The top 50 drivers in qualifying will make a heat race. Everyone else will go to some kind of last chance heat race, and then they'll set them up for a C main later on. Now, when we get to the heat races, there will be 5 heat races, and they will be inverted by 8 cars. So meaning, basically, if the guy goes quick time, he will start 8th in the heat race. The guy that goes 40th quick will be on the pole of the specific heat race. So it'll be 40th, 39th, 38th, 37th, and 36th place cars will be on the pole of the heat race. Meanwhile, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th in qualifying will go from the 8th position in the heat race, and they will try to race their way forward. And in those heat races, like I mentioned, 8 invert, each heat race on the prelim nights will be 10 laps in distance. The top 4 finishers will transfer into the feature event, and there are points on the line in the heat race as well. So 100 points to win, 97 for second, 94 for third, 91 for fourth, and 88 for fifth. So instead of going down by 2 points in the qualifying, it's 3 points in the heat race. Now, in the C main, there will be a C main both of the prelim nights. The 9th and 10th place finishers from the heat race will make up the C main. The C main will be 10 laps. The top 4 drivers will move to the back of the B main. The drivers that do not transfer will get points added to their score and get themselves, ready to go for the Hard Knocks night and everything else after that, right? So 5th place in the C main will get 92 points. 6th will get 90 points, and then 2 points after that from the C main. Now, in the B main, this will be the drivers that finish 5th through 8th in the heat races. They will make up the B main event lineup. The B will be 12 laps instead of 10. Top 4 drivers will go to the back of the feature. And if you don't make the show, once again, you will get points added to your score. 5th place at 142, 6th at 140, and then 2 points after that, 7th all the way down. Now, in the features on the prelim night, on Wednesday and Thursday, there'll be 25 laps in distance. The top 8 drivers from the points after qualifying in the heat races, the top 8 will be inverted in the feature. So the highest point guy, let's say that somebody's got a perfect night going, they've got 200 in qualifying and 100 from the heat race. They are going to start from the 8th position in the feature, and then so 8 invert from points in the feature. Then after the feature's over, there are points. Once again, it's the same amount of points that we saw in qualifying. It is 200 points to win the prelim feature, 198 for second, 196 for third, 194 for fourth, 192 for fifth, all the way down in the feature, right? And then so after the 2 prelim nights, so after Wednesday and Thursday, and this is a key point as well, this is where it's a little bit different compared to the 360 Nationals as well. It's the top 16 drivers in the overall point standings after Wednesday and Thursday that are locked into the Saturday portion of the Knoxville Nationals. They automatically make $15,000 from just making the show. The top 16 from Wednesday and Thursday will lock into the big finale, the granddaddy of them all, the biggest sprint car race on the entire planet. And that doesn't mean that there's going to be 8 from Wednesday and 8 from Thursday. It could be lopsided. It could be 9 from Wednesday, and what's the math there? 7 or 6 from 7 from Friday. Sorry, I'm screwing myself up. So it could be 9 from Wednesday and 6 from Thursday, or heck, it could be 5 from Wednesday and 10 from Thursday. It's not going to be evenly matched from the 2 prelim nights. Now, let's move on to the red riding, and this is the Hard Knocks night, right? So these are the drivers that are not in the top 16 in those points. They will all come back. So there's more than likely going to be like 80 cars running on Friday night. There will be 2 flights of qualifying, no points on the line. So it'll be split in half in qualifying, no points. Flight A drivers will go in heat races 1 through 3. Flight B will go through heat races 4 through 6. So like I said, 6 heat races. There will be 8 laps in the heat races on the Hard Knocks night. 4-car invert instead of the 8 we saw on the prelim nights. And the top 3 drivers will transfer into the feature. So basically the quick time guy will start 4th. And obviously he's got to run in the top 3 to make the show on the Hard Knocks night. The C main will be lined up from the drivers that finish 10th or worse in the heat races. The C main will be 10 laps. The top 12 drivers in the C main will transfer to one of 2 B mains. So it'll be 2 B mains instead of 1 on the Hard Knocks Friday night. And that B main will be consisted of the drivers that finished 4th through 9th in the heat race, plus the transfers from the C main. There will be 2 B mains, like I said, 12 laps in distance, and the top 3 finishers from each B main will go to the back of the Hard Knocks night feature event, which will be 25 laps in distance. And the top 4 drivers that finish in that feature after 25 laps, they will start 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th in the Saturday night finale of the Knoxville Nationals, meaning that after the first 2 prelim nights, Wednesday and Thursday, we've got the first 16 cars, and then after the Hard Knocks night, we've got the 21st through 24th place cars. Now, how do we get the drivers 17th through 20th? Well, this is how we do it right here. The green riding is what we're looking at now, and that is the finale, the Saturday night portion of the Nationals. There's not much that goes on. There's only about 5 races. There's going to be an E main, a D main. I don't have that in the board because I don't have enough room. So an E main and a D main. The top 4 finishers will transfer out of each of those races. The C main will be 15 laps. Top 4 transfer to the B. B main will be a very long race, almost the length of a prelim night feature, 22 laps in distance in the B main on Saturday. The top 4 finishers on that will start from the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th positions in the feature on Saturday. The Saturday night main event will be 50 laps in distance with a fuel stop in the middle. And it'll be lined up from the first 16 cars from points on the prelim nights, 17th through 20th from the B main that we just talked about, and then 21st through 24th from the Hard Knocks feature. They will start from the tail end of the field. It's $190,000 to win the Knoxville Nationals and $15,000 just to take the green flag in the Saturday night feature event. Also keep this in mind. The perfect score on the prelim nights, it's only happened, I want to say, 2 or 3 times. The last time it happened, 2017, David Gravel. He went quick time in qualifying. He went 8th to 1st in the heat race, and he went 8th to 1st in the feature for 500 points. That is the perfect score that you can get at the Knoxville Nationals. It guarantees you the pole position for the Nationals on Saturday night. We'll see if anybody can get a perfect score. I would be absolutely shocked if that was the case. Has not happened in about 8 years. And before that, it had been a really long time. And I want to say Steve Kinzer did it before David Gravel. So hopefully, if you were confused about the format, this helps a little bit. Remember, you can zoom in on your phone, so you can zoom in and look at all this stuff on the board if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully, this helped you out a little bit. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. And I want to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you guys think about the format at the Knoxville 410 Nationals? Want to hear your thoughts. Once again, we'll talk to you guys again here soon. This is just the start of our coverage here at the Knoxville Nationals. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.